What's going on, everybody? This is TAETRO, and today I want to talk about the leaked info on the new APC Live standalone device from Akai. Let's check it out. Alright, so really quick, first things first, if you enjoy live electronic music performances, tutorials, or content that's gonna make you a more productive producer, click that subscribe button down below. But now let's talk about what the heck is this thing. So there's been some leaked information that's been pretty much confirmed by FCC filings that Akai will be releasing a new standalone device called the APC Live. Before we get in too deep to what that is, let's go ahead and review a sort of a history, as I understand it, of the APC product line. So Akai originally introduced these two Ableton controllers called the APC 40 and the APC 20. So this is the APC 40, and it's pretty old, but it's still a great controller, and you can go check out one of my sessions with it here. I love this thing. I'll never give this thing up. Now that's an example of Akai collaborating directly with Ableton to create a controller that is really custom built for that DAW. Now I think after the success of the APC 40 and the APC 20, Ableton and Akai decided to collaborate. So they collaborated together on the Push, the first edition of the Ableton Push, an Ableton branded controller created by Akai. Or in collaboration with Akai, I'm not really sure how it works. And the Push 1 is an amazing controller. I still have it on my desk, have not upgraded to a Push 2 yet. Around the same time, Akai also updated their APC 40 and released a couple APC mini products, all the while sustaining their popular MPC brand, releasing a bunch of new editions of the MPC, including the MPC Live. And if you're curious to see what the MPC Live can do, you can also check out some of my sessions with it here. So basically what you have is this history of Akai creating products either in collaboration directly with Ableton with the Push 1, or creating products on their own that are really Ableton focused, all the while sustaining the popular MPC brand and then developing more and more standalone devices. So now we see with this leaked information that they're sort of combining these two worlds into the APC Live. Let's take a look at what we've seen so far. So not only have there been leaked photos of the device, but the manual for the device was also found through the FCC filings. I wasn't able to find it at the time of making this video. Now, most articles that I've read say that it is highly likely that a device can change even after it's been filed with the FCC. So until we hear official word from Akai, we don't know if this is actually what it's gonna look like, but I would venture to guess it's gonna look very similar to these pictures that we have here. If you look at the bottom half of the device, it looks very, very similar to a Push 1, even down to the materials they've used, which I like. I love that aesthetic. It also looks very launch focused, so very Ableton oriented, as we would expect. Now jump up above that and we have the big screen, a few other buttons, and a few knobs. Really interesting design choice here. Obviously, I'm really excited to see a screen on the device, but I'm also interested because one of the editions of the new MPCs has a screen that actually folds up to orient at you. And if you notice, the top half of this APC Live is sort of raised above the actual pads, which to me looks like it would be sort of difficult to look at. You'd almost have to be hunched over the device or making sure that your device is propped up. I'm not really sure what that design choice is about. I'm sure it has something with having to fit hardware inside. I guess I just wish that screen could pop up and look up at you, but it doesn't look like it can do that from the pictures. Now, when we flip it around to the back and we look at what's on the other side of the device, we can kind of understand why that chunky top half is there. They've kind of packed in a whole audio interface and a bunch of inputs and outputs to the device. That includes audio in and out with two XLR quarter-inch jacks, as well as MIDI in and out, and it appears that there's a USB hub on the back for connecting other controllers as well. The back of the APC Live looks very, very similar to the back of the MPC Live. Almost looks like it could be the same technology. There's also an Ethernet cable port, which says link above it, which makes me think people are gonna connect the APC Live with an Ethernet cable to use Ableton Link or to link it to other devices. I can't imagine people showing up with an Ethernet cable to a gig, but that's interesting. And also, like, we see the DC power jack. Very much hoping that this has a battery in it. I can't imagine that it wouldn't if it's standalone, but I didn't get to read the manual, so I'm not sure if it has a battery. If you saw it, let me know. I would assume yes, seeing as they're taking a lot of cues from the MPC Live. So with that huge screen, with these controls that are very like launch focused, what's gonna be on the screen? That's the big question. And there were rumors of this actually having Ableton Live built into it, which is a pretty wild idea if you think about it. If you just think about how intense Ableton Live really is to run on any type of computer, including like a MacBook Pro. Those rumors were shot down pretty quickly, but it has not been confirmed what type of software the APC Live controls. But I've yet to see specific information about what software is baked into the APC Live. This is gonna be make or break for the device. I highly doubt they would put MPC software into a different line of product, like an APC product. Sure, they're similar and they've already got it with the MPC Live, so why not just bake it into this? But I think this is meant to meet a different audience. So what I can imagine is they'll have some lighter Ableton clone-like software, the session view of Ableton Live, along with some arrangement and song-making functions as well. But this just brings up the point of standalone devices and how that seems to be a trend in a direction that the industry is going. And I'm not sure if it's a fad or if it's something that'll last, but it does confuse me slightly. It's confusing to me because laptops and technology like that has come so far, to the point where my laptop is super slim, and even if I wanted to carry a laptop and a controller, it doesn't take up that much space in my backpack. Whereas these devices are big, bulky items. The MPC Live that I spent some time with is a fairly bulky item that would not fit in my backpack. And it looks like this device is gonna be even more awkward to travel with, just with that raised section and with the overall shape of it. So in my mind, the pros of a standalone item is that you can just grab it and go anywhere. But if traveling with this device is more cumbersome than me grabbing my laptop and a controller and going anywhere, you kind of miss that mark. Now there is something to say for like having no computer, no distractions, no wires, you just hook yourself up and you're in on one device. I like that, I love the idea of it. But if the software doesn't match up to what my computer can do, I'm just always gonna end up back to my computer. And that's what had me not too hot on the MPC Live. That software is just so clunky and dated to me that I was just like cringing. Even though I loved the hardware and I loved the feel of the device, I just couldn't get my mind off of the fact that, wow, all of this is so much easier to do in Ableton Live. It was just like getting in the way of my productivity, and that's not something I'm willing to compromise on. So I suppose we're gonna hear more about this at NAMM later this month. Unfortunately, I will not be at NAMM this year. I'll be on a family vacation, but I will be covering the events on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as well as this channel, so make sure you go follow me. All the links are in the description down below. The best part of one of these videos is the conversation down in the comments, because I'm sure that I've got some things wrong or I'm unclear about certain aspects that you all can clear up in the discussion down below. So make sure you leave any of your thoughts, questions, whatever, in the comment section. Love to hear what you think about this leaked information. Like I said at the top, if you enjoy live electronic music performances, tutorials, and content that's gonna make you a more productive producer, click that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, share it with a friend who might also enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching. This has been TAETRO, your electronic music mentor. Have a good one.